Welcome to another episode of The Master Soul is the Only One That Matters show. Hello there, troopers, and welcome back to General Economics Bunker. Thank you so much for joining me here on another review of Acolyte. Today we're going to be taking a look at episode 5, Night. But before we dive right into it, I just want to remind you to check out the rest of the channel where we do a lot of toy hunting, toy reviews, collectible reviews, trader discussions, and of course we also like to go live every Wednesday around 8 p.m. Central. General Economics Bunker, check us out also on social media, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, all of that good stuff. Okay, so let's do this. We start the episode basically where we left off on the last one. After the attack of the stranger, we see Osha basically wake up kind of disoriented, and right away there's already one dead Jedi. So that was pretty fast, right? Another Jedi killed off camera. And so we move right into the battle, which is raging, between the Jedi and the mysterious figure, of course. And man, this dude is holding his own. He is going against Yord. He takes out our Keldor Jedi. So yeah, the Jedi are definitely not doing good on this one. Next up, we see something that I think it's coming out of Legends, basically. It was sort of canon, but not really, but check it out. So right there, do you see that? His armor basically turned off the lightsaber. So that to me has to be cortosis. Cortosis was a material, a metal that had the ability to disrupt the energy in the lightsaber. This behaves exactly like it. So I guess his helmet and his guard, or gauntlet, is made of cortosis. They don't really say in the name, but it's gotta be that. And man, this dude is taking out Jedi left and right. They did this combo thing right here. It was kind of one of my favorite moves. So then he pulls another one there. Basically, he skewered two Jedi together. So a Jedi kebab, if you will. Basically, this dude takes out pretty much all the Jedi in the vicinity except for Yord. And as he's going for him, Osha shoots him with the stun gun, which is probably not a good idea. So he turns his attention towards her. And of course, Yord tells her to run, which she does, as she just saw like 4 Jedi being taken out, in front of her. We also get a look at May back inside of Kelnaka's house, and she's frantically searching for, I guess, a way out or something to help her. And she actually picks up Kelnaka's lightsaber from the ground. So our stranger is pursuing Osha, and he actually throws his lightsaber quite a big distance actually behind Osha, and all of a sudden good old Master Soul appears for some reason completely far away from everybody else and deflects the lightsaber. And so we get sort of like a rebound effect. As May is exiting Kelnaka's house, she gets jumped by Jackie, who we hadn't seen up to this point, and they start hand-to-hand combat, and Jackie manages to force push May into the house and get one handcuff on without being able to complete with the other one. And of course a battle ensues. Back with Soul, who is actually managing to push the stranger back. I guess only Soul has a good lightsaber training or combat training. As to be expected, it is Master Soul, the soul carrier of this show. They do have an interesting exchange where Master Soul is like, take off your mask, right? And he goes, and let you read my thoughts. So I'm wondering if the cortosis also disrupts some force abilities, would be interesting. Soul asks him what kind of master hides his true face from his pupil, and the stranger replies, "You tell me." So I thought that was a little bit of a jab there. There's something definitely going on with Soul that we haven't seen yet. Yord is taking Osha to safety, to the ship by the order of Master Soul. And Osha tells him, hey, no, we gotta go back and help him. He tells her, no, I have an order from Master Soul. We have to leave. She asks him, what was that? What is it? And he says, I don't know, but he doesn't respect any of the rules of combat. His style is unpredictable. which I thought was interesting. And of course, kind of explains a little bit why so many Jedi were taken down so fast. They weren't trained for this, plain and simple. Jackie manages to finally take down May and handcuff her, but as she retrieves Master Kalnaka's lightsaber, the stranger appears. And I gotta be honest, I didn't think Jackie was gonna hold her own, but she did pretty good, again, against a dude who just took down, like, what is it by now, like 5, 6 Jedi? So the stranger again uses his Cortosis gauntlet. I'm just gonna call it Cortosis from now on, by the way. His Cortosis gauntlet. It disrupts Jackie's lightsaber. However, luckily, she had just picked up Kelnaka's lightsaber, right? So she starts using that to defend herself. And then when her lightsaber comes back online, well, basically she's got two. And again, I didn't think she was gonna do that good, but yeah, I guess Master Soul has trained her very well. So the stranger pushes away Jackie, and he catches up to May, who of course is right away, hey, please forgive me. I didn't really mean that whole thing about I'm gonna quit and all that. To which of course he's like, yeah, no, you basically betrayed me because you're weak, you're a coward. As he's catching up to May to basically execute her, Jackie and Soul join in and save her, really. So Jackie actually manages to kind of best, the stranger hits him in the helmet, which causes it to fall off. However, the stranger had a very neat trick up its sleeve. Double lightsaber, boom, shanked. That was kind of crazy. All right, not a single thrust, not a single stab, but 3 of them from 3 or 4 maybe. Which, hey, in case we've been complaining that lightsaber stabs are not fatal. Well, it kind of looks like 3 or 4 are. And then, I guess to the surprise of no one really, we kind of see that the mysterious red-bladed individual is none other than Kamir, whom pretty much everybody said, and kind of joked about it. Yeah, a little bit let down there, but hey, it is what it is. He's kind of a badass in this episode, of course. He even says to Maze, like, really, you didn't know? Like, you didn't know it was me? Like, I mean, it's pretty obvious. Saul asks the stranger, what are you? And Camille responds, I have no name, but to a Jedi like you will call me Sith. So there it is. First actual name drop of Sith. A little bit weird that he has no name. He's not a Darth, obviously. And Soul, basically asks him, why would you risk find out, right? Why would you risk exposure? And he's like, well, I was wearing a mask, but basically I want to be free. I want to be free from the rules of the Jedi. I want to use my power however I want to use my power. And I want a pupil. I want an acolyte, he says. And I thought I had one, and turns out, she's kind of a coward, so I'm going to have to destroy her, basically. It's cool finally hearing the word Sith, I guess. And I don't know, Kamir, again, not a surprise at all. But he did kind of rock in this episode. Osha and Yord appear to basically help out, manages to get away. But Yord, on the other hand, battles Kamir, and oof. There goes my favorite shirtless Jedi. So Master Soul basically goes a little bit berserk and takes down Kamir, by basically just punching him to the ground. And as he seems like he's about to cut him down, Osha stops him, and Master Soul says, Jedi don't attack, the unarmed. And he says, your mind has been twisted by darkness. To which Kamir replies to, well, I've accepted my darkness, but how about you? And he tells Osha, you can't trust this guy, not after all he did to you. So Osha basically places the head of Pip, the droid, as a flashlight beacon attached to his back, so that the mods, those giant mods that we saw previous episode, kind of swarm him, and they do. Of course, a lot of them get taken down. But enough of them swarm him that they get, they take him up into the trees, which I thought was kind of a weird trick. But anyway, as Soul and Osha are kind of having a moment of distrust, right? Osha is like, hey, why would he say that? And Soul actually tells him, like, please come with me, and I promise I'll explain. May stuns Soul. And so finally the twins get to have a one-on-one, without running around or lightsabers, flying at them. May basically tells Osha, come with me, choose me, not the Jedi. Osha is like, I can't, you're a criminal, you were violent, you started that fire, it destroyed my life. And she's like, what do you, like, they've brainwashed you, that's not how it happened, but don't go with them, please come with me. To which Osha tries to take her down, and she's like, no, I can't, you're a criminal, I gotta bring you in. So May basically knocks her out, and using the Force. Then May gives herself a haircut, and it's pretty obvious that she's trying to mimic the look of Osha, which she does. She shows up with her clothes to help Master Soul. We also see Khmer, or the Sith, or as he calls himself, finally come down from the tree. So I am so relieved this happened, because I was so afraid we're gonna have another Ant-Man Quantumania, Kang versus the giant ants, crappy moment. So I'm really glad that he didn't get taken down by giant moths. Master Soul and May, dressed up as Osha, make it back into the Jedi ship, and so does our little tracker buddy, who's just been kind of wandering around this episode. I'm pretty sure he can smell the difference, and so obviously he's kind of approaching with caution. Khmer comes back, picks up his cool Cortosis helmet, finds Osha, right, who has a wound, and it really does kind of look like he's using Force healing on her. And he gives a little speech about, even in the revelation of our triumph, you see the depths of our despair. He's got some cool one-liner this time. And that is basically the episode. What did everybody think? This one is a fun one. Yes, some of the writing is definitely not great. Some of the acting is a little bit clunky and awkward, but man, that choreography was fun. And it was basically, I would say, about 3/4 of the episode had some sort of lightsaber fight or fist fight. I think this is the one I've enjoyed the most by far. It was pure action, really. And yeah, the story didn't really advance that much. You could say, we had the big reveal of the big bad. I mean, I don't know. Is anybody really surprised that it was Khmer? I don't think so, but you let me know down in the comments if you did not expect that at all. Also, let me know what do you guys think about this dude taking down what is like 8 Jedi. It's crazy. So once again, only Master Soul makes it out, and the twins, of course. I did like that they brought up whatever Soul is kind of hiding, his darkness and what he did to Osha. So it's gonna be interesting to find out finally what that is. We'll see if it changes our way of thinking about Master Soul. May basically told the same thing to Osha. It's basically what you remember is not right. I kind of wish she would have clarified, of course, what the right version is, but of course we're probably not gonna find out till like the season finale. One thing that was very interesting is to see obviously Cortosis kind of on screen. It's gotta be. I mean, it's the only metal that we know that disrupts lightsabers like that. Very cool to see it used in combat in live action. I totally like that. Interesting that Khmer has no name, or the Sith has no name. He kind of says, you would call me a Sith, but I'm wondering if he considers himself a Sith. So I don't know if he's maybe like a splinter group or something. There's still a lot that could be, going on there. But once again, I thoroughly enjoyed this episode. So once again, thank you for joining me here for this review again of episode 5 of Acolyte. Please let me know down in the comments, what did you think? Did this episode actually turn you around on the outlook of this show? It's very fun. Like I said, definitely not perfect, but man, it was such a fun episode. But again, let me know in the comments. Also, I would greatly appreciate it if you leave us your like on this video. Subscribe if you haven't. Thank you so much if you already have. And please make sure to follow us on social media, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, all of that good stuff. And please share the content with people you think would enjoy it. Thank you again. And if Soul dies, we riot.